give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees, and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will.
Yahweh Shai giving us those immortal bodies. So what do you think that means? That means that we're going to be gods. Meaning we're not going to get sick. We're not going to get old. We're not going to die. We're going to be like gods. That word God, when you go into Hebrew, the word there is Elohim, which means powers. Now let's not forget, brothers, the name Israel means in the Hebrew, Yashra Allah means he, Prince Power. Literally means he, Prince Power. In other words, a God.
I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
The testimony against Esau, Edom. Revelation chapter 11 and verses 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the Most High of the earth. And this is representative of Judah and Israel. Testimony would be given across the earth for a witness before the end would come. Matthew 24. And 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Revelation 19 and 10. Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So all the prophecies will come to pass. Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit it has gathered them. The spirit of Yahweh is gathering his elect. Isaiah 47 and 6. Isaiah 47 and verses 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Whose hand are we in? We're in the hand of Esau, Edom. We're in the hand of Esau, Edom, the Edomites. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, make America great again, so that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And the Israelites were brought here in servitude. Okay? All right? And they will be found in the hand of Esau, Edom, at Yahweh's return. Ezekiel 35 and verses 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So all the way back to the ancient world, when Babylon took us down, they were our enemies, and even before that. Okay? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passes out, and him that returneth. That's their original inheritance. Mount Seir and Petra, Jordan. That is the original inheritance of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thine hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. Because thou hast said, these two nations, Israel and Judah, and these two countries, that would be the land of Israel, and they also took in their possession America as well, shall be mine, and we shall possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Because the Israelites came over here to the Americas, and they were in Israel, of course. All right, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries are mine, and we will possess it. And that's what they did. They signed the Balfour Declaration, and they possessed Israel, even though it was not their inheritance, whereas the Lord was there. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Okay, Psalms 83, verse 1 through 8. Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites. So the leader is Edom. He is the one who caused the fall, who created a confederate against Israel. Okay, you Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and of the Hagarenes. Okay, Edom being, of course, the so-called white men, the Ishmaelites being the Arabs, Moab being the Chinese, the Hagarenes being so-called African Egyptians. Okay, Gebal, more Africans, and Ammon, the Japanese, Amalek, that would be your small hats. Okay, over there in Israel, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre being the Phoenician Africans. Okay, verse 8. Ashur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. Okay, so the main point being the tabernacles of Edom. They are our main enemy. All right, and they're the ones who took the nation of Israel into captivity. Galatians 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay, so we were led into captivity. All right, so the Lord is saying that they shall go into captivity. Jeremiah 30 and verses 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. All right, so he's considered a fornicator, an idolater, okay, in the eyes of the Most High, profane person. All right, so we'll go back up to Leviticus 20 in verses 13. They brought in LGBT across the planet. Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Isaiah 14 and 21 and 26. (21 through 26). Isaiah 14:21 through 26, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. And this will come through World War III nuclear destruction, along with Yahushua returning with the angels to save his elect. Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. You 12 tribes. He's going to preserve and elect, but he's going to destroy all these nations, ruling nations. Okay? Malachi 4 and 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Zechariah chapter 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Okay, so nuclear destruction, that's letting you know nuclear destruction is coming. All right, and this will be the salvation of the elect of Israel and the judgment for Esau, Edom. Obadiah 1 and verses 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of his distress. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunken upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness in the house of Jacob, shall possess their possessions. So the Lord, so all the possessions of you so-called Edomites that you own will be translated to the Israelites. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain of Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim. And the fields of Samaria and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. So you're going to be sold, all right, to the so-called Africans. That's what that's saying. You're going to be sold to them. So Esau, Edom, that's the judgment. And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites. So the Canaanites, so-called Phoenicians, your your Ghanaians, all right, those people down in there in Africa, all right, we're going to own you, okay? The Israelites are going to own you. Verse 20, and the captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zephathah. And the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Shalom.